Updated August 26, 2017 11:0035 North Korea has fired several short-range missiles into the sea off its east coast, as the United States and South Korea conducted annual joint military drills that the North denounces as preparation for war. Key points: 3 failed launches flew from North Korea's east coast 250 kilometers into the sea. Projectiles launched during annual South Korea's defensive drills. This had previously shown optimism over the North's lack of missiles and provocative acts. The U.S. military's Pacific Command said it had detected 3 short-range ballistic missiles, all of which failed. The first and third missiles at 11:49 am and 12:19 p.m. failed in flight. The second missile launch at 12:07 p.m. appears to have blown up almost immediately, it said, using times at its Hawaii-based headquarters. South Korea said the projectiles were launched from the northeastern Gangwon province and flew in a northeasterly direction about 250 kilometers into the sea. Pacific Command said the missiles did not pose a threat to the U.S. mainland or to the Pacific territory of Guam, which North Korea had threatened earlier this month to surround in a sea of fire. Tensions had eased since a harsh exchange of threats between Pyongyang and Washington after U.S. President Donald Trump had warned North Korean leader Kim Jong-un he would face fire and fury if he threatened the U.S. The launch is the first by the North since it test-fired a Hwasong-14 intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM on July 28 that could have been designed to reach 10,000 kilometers, putting parts of the U.S. mainland within reach. That missile flew for 47 minutes and 12 seconds while reaching a maximum altitude of 3,724.9 kilometers, according to North Korea's state news agency, a distance that analysts said could reach deep into the U.S. mainland when perfected. Japan's military said the projectiles did not appear to be objects that could threaten Japan's safety. The South Korean and U.S. militaries are in the midst of annual defensive drills, which the North routinely describes as preparation for invasion, that involve computer simulations of a war to test readiness. The drills will run until August 31. The U.S. State Department did not immediately comment about the Saturday missile launches. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson earlier this week credited the North with showing restraint by not launching a missile since the late July ICBM test. Mr. Tillerson had said he hoped that the lack of missile launches or other provocative acts by Pyongyang could mean a path could be opening for dialogue sometime in the near future. Mr. Trump also expressed optimism earlier this week about a possible improvement in relations. "I respect the fact that he is starting to respect us," he said of Mr. Kim. North Korea's state media reported on Saturday that Mr. Kim had guided a contest of amphibious landing and aerial strike by its army against targets modeled after South Korean islands near the sea border on the west coast. In a report that lacked the North's usual belligerent threat against the United States, its official KCNA news agency quoted Kim as telling its army that it should think of mercilessly wiping out the enemy with arms only and occupying Seoul at one go and the southern half of Korea. On Wednesday, Mr. Kim ordered the production of more rocket engines and missile warheads during a visit to a chemical institute of the Academy of Defense Science, an agency that he fostered to develop its ballistic missile program. Diagrams and what appeared to be missile parts shown in photographs published in the North state media suggested Pyongyang was pressing ahead with building a longer-range ballistic missile that could potentially reach any part of the U.S. mainland including Washington. It is also believed to be developing a solid fuel missile that could be used for submarine launches. Reuters app topics: unrest, conflict and war, world politics, Korea Democratic People's Republic of Korea Republic of first posted August 26, 2017 09:28:09.